Hey, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I tell you what, every day I get asked, the past is cool, but what about the future? Yeah, I'm so glad you guys asked these amazing questions. Well, it's important to understand that in order to understand where you're going in your future, you have to understand the building blocks of your past. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look back at some amazing African Americans who have changed the world in the areas of science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math. And when we highlight these, ladies and gentlemen, you guys will be able to see what we have been able to accomplish as a people for so long, right? And then we're going to discuss some ideas on how we can have amazing and sustainable communities in the future. So, what? Oh, yo, my assistants, they're on their way. So they're going to come, they're going to help us out, and I appreciate you guys. Oh, yeah, this is exactly how we get Black to the future.
Hello! Welcome to Black to the... Bro.
Wow, it's snowy outside. Have you ever thought about farming? Well, George Washington Carver became a big role in
Agriculture!
George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver is an African-American scientist and inventor. He was born into slavery on January 1st, 1864 in Missouri. He moved to Tuskegee, Alabama in 1896 to head to agriculture depth at Tuskegee Institute.
Institute. All right, take two.
He also invented 300 products that could be made out of peanuts. The Soil Whisperer.
As an agricultural chemist, agronomist, and experimenter whose development of new products derived from peanuts, groundnuts, sweet potatoes, and soybeans helped revolutionize the agricultural economy of the South.
For most of his career, he taught and conducted research at the Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute, now Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama.
Hey, did you guys know all that information about George Washington Carver? He truly was an amazing, amazing African American. And so, with that being said, his work still is being used today. Yep, even today, especially his work on how to properly rotate crops within the soil to keep it fresh and ready to go for each harvest season. And guess what? You can even grow your own. If you live in an urban setting, if you live in a rural setting, you can still grow your own food. Did you know that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys our community garden that we work with Miss Archie every week. Well, when it's warm at least.
Oh, hey, have you ever thought about what it's like going to space?
You mean like outer space?
Well, Macy Jemison was the first African-American woman to go to space. Let's check it out. Macy Jemison. Mary Carol Jemison is the first African-American woman to be a NASA astronaut. She was also an engineer and physician. To put it down in better terms, she was a professional doctor. Macy Jemison was born on October 17, 1956. May Jemison lives in Decatur, Alabama. She was a medical doctor in Peace Corps, and she went to space on the Space Shuttle Endeavour went into Earth's orbit in 1992. The Peace Corps is an agency that is run by the United States government, providing international social and economic development programs.
Houston, we don't have a problem. They let us go all the way to outer space. Hey, can you tell us a little bit about the rockets and how they work getting us up there all the way into orbit? Thanks.
How do rockets work? Rockets work by using special rocket fuel. The ingredients are liquid oxygen, or LOX for short. That will serve as the oxidizer for the ships. But the boosters, on the other hand, use aluminum fuel along with ammonia and more. The rockets used for potential energy, because whenever a rocket sits and stays, that's potential because it is being stored. Unless it moves, then it will be kinetic energy. If the spaceship moves, then it is kinetic energy. Most are made out of steel because they use that type of material for re-entry burns when the pod comes back into the atmosphere safely without getting burnt up and exploding. Period.
Whoa, how inspirational is that? Mae Jemison being the first African American woman to take flight and go into orbit. That's amazing. She is so awesome and such an inspiration that she is even inspiring us today. I had the opportunity to take my students to look and see what robotics, technology, and things like that look like here on Earth and how we can use that in outer space. Check it out. My assistants have done such a great job so far. Man, we've talked about agriculture. We've talked about outer space and technology. What can we talk about next? Oh, how about the arts? We know about the Harlem Renaissance, right? Yeah, we know about R&B, Motown. We know some of that, right? What can we talk about? What about hip hop? What about hip hop? What about hip hop?
Do you know who the Mozart of hip hop is? Well, he's no other than Jay Dilla. James Yancey, better known as Jay Dilla, was born in 1973 and grew up in Detroit. He started making beats at the age of 11, although he started playing the violin at 4, composing orchestral music at 10, and he started playing viola at 12. Him and his family had an a cappella jazz group consisting of his mother, a singer, his father, who played the bass and piano, and him. By the time he was in his 20s, Jay Dilla was getting called by A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, and Busta Rhymes. A Tribe Called Quest was then nominated for the Grammys from their Dilla's produced album, Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Sadly, Dilla passed away at the age of 32 on February 10th, 2006 from a lupus-related illness. Jay Dilla has made such a big impact on hip hop culture that he has his own holiday. You celebrate it on February 7th, which marks his birthday and his highly celebrated album, Donuts.
So, if you don't know who Jay Dilla is, I guarantee you that he's probably your favorite rapper or producer's favorite producer. Communication has always been a strong suit for our culture, from the griots in Africa all the way up into our hip-hop anthologists of today. So, I took my students to our local WFYI PBS studio so they could see firsthand how amazing and awesome and exciting the world of communications can be. Check it out. Thank you guys for joining me today when we were able to highlight some amazing figures in African American culture and history. I hope that you guys take away from this the understanding that you can do anything that you dream of or think of. And I hope that you guys have been moved, motivated, and even inspired to go out into your own community and do your own work. That is the only way that we can take this Black into the future. And I want to give a special shout out to my amazing assistants today. My teaching assistants, they did a great job. Thank you, Zion. Thank you, Seraphim. Thank you, Salah.